Gateway Gamers podcast.
Hello, welcome to Gateway Gamers podcast. My name is Bryan and Rp, joined as always by the great RP Walsh.
How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. Back to in person.
Yes. Thank
Podcasting.
God. Yes.
A medium not meant for virtual.
No.
It is. It doesn't matter.
Pandemic really helped Zoom stock.
Yeah, it went through the roof.
Never heard of it until
yeah, I was familiar with Skype, not so much Zoom.
Mm.
But this is a podcast about games.
Yeah, podcast about games.
And not about software.
As I introduce my friend RP to my collection, one game at a time. And we'll go back to the old format of me surprising you. So for a long time, if you're a long listener, you know, in the beginning, I used to surprise RP with a game. And we kind of fell off it for whatever reason. I think we
went to theming.
Yeah.
And then went to just kind of abandoning it and some Zoom episodes.
Yeah.
So.
But it was always something I enjoyed, just kind of springing a game onto you from the bag.
This giant bag, sponsored by Rescue X.
Nope, they're gone. Rescue X is all done.
Okay,
yeah,
so that's how long it's been. But he has this giant bag, and he brings it up, and he doesn't tell me. Normally, we don't play a game first or anything. We come right upstairs and we record. That's how it starts, and then he pulls it out, and it's a surprise.
Yep, yeah.
Most of the time, it's good. Machi Koro was like the one I think was a bag pull, and I was like, all right.
I love we still talk about Machi Koro. Machi Koro is a fine game. It just
fine.
Wasn't for us.
Not
all
our
right.
wheelhouse.
So
how are you?
Oh, we're jumping.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm good. Nothing too crazy going on since last we spoke. Baldur's Gate 3, still loving it. I just escaped hell after beating the devil that held our contract.
Yep.
Because I needed to sell my soul to get a hammer to free a Githraki that's being held in a spear.
All right, I regret asking. All right, just go to the game.
But Baldur's Gate's still fantastic. That's kind of all I've been doing with my time. How about you?
Yeah, just between work and the snowstorms, just playing PlayStation. I'm still playing Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
You're the only one.
Yep, I 100% am. And my wife and I have been revisiting the Harry Potter deck builder in our free time, and we bought that hook and ladder game. We'll talk about later. But
because you went to Target looking for a game and they let you down.
They stunk. The collection stunk. But
Barnes and Noble, you gotta go to. You have one of the best Barnes and Nobles near you.
It's close too, so I should. But I guess you want to get to the reveal?
Yeah, let's get to the reveal.
All right, drum roll, please.
Insert a drum roll. Whoever's producing this episode. Yeah.
And it's Kenny G's Keepin It Saxy.
Keepin It Saxy game.
Good God.
So this is a game. I feel like when we first...
You could have told me... you could have given me 70 options, and this would not have been even on the list or one that I would have picked. Because this is not the type of game that we typically play or cover.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, we haven't done a review in a while, and we have not done a random game in a while. We've been doing themes. We've been doing a lot of games we enjoy. This game is one...
Have you played this before?
No. So I remember when we first started, this was one of those Target games that was around. It was like they had very random Target games.
The Bob Ross game.
Yes, this is the Bob Ross game is fantastic.
Okay.
I don't know about this game. I haven't heard much. Listener Jerry, former guest Jerry, raves about this game.
Okay.
So I don't know. I got this at Ollie's for I think it was $6. I got it for $5 after the Christmas discount.
Steal.
Yeah, if you don't know what Ollie's is, because I don't think they're
like a Big Lots.
Nationwide. Yeah, they're like one of those places that buys overstock.
Or like TJ Maxx. Yeah.
Yeah, they buy overstock from
like a Target or something.
Yeah, so a lot of Target exclusive games or Target games end up at Ollie's. Like right now they have the Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
Yeah, which
is insanely
crazy.
cheap. And so I got this Ollie's before the holiday. Bought 2 copies. One was a White Elephant for my brother-in-law because it's Kenny G Keepin It Saxy. So it was
perfect.
Just a funny title. Let me hit you with some stats, and then I'll hit you with the back of the box, which we also need to start bringing back.
Yeah, we do.
All right, Kenny G, keeping it sexy.
Saxy,
not sexy. I want to say sexy. Kenny G, keeping a saxy game. Came out 2019. Plays for 2 to 5 players, around 30 minutes, 12 and up. You could easily play this younger.
Okay.
I feel like it's just looking at the components.
Yeah, looking at the box and the back, it doesn't
seem like heavy. So I feel like
nah, just you know what's reminding me of, just like the way it's kind of laid out, the Ted Lasso party game.
Okay.
That's what it kind of looks
Which
like.
you've played, I haven't played yet.
Yeah, we've played it a bunch.
Published by Big G Creative, whom I don't know who that is, but designed by our friends at Prospero Hall.
Our people.
Our people are at Prospero Hall, which I texted yesterday.
Shout out to them.
The weird news coming out that Funko Games sold their distribution rights to Goliath, and supposedly Prospero Hall got shut down in that deal, but I don't know. I'll have to find out more information on that. But
that's awful if that's true.
If that's true, that's a huge blow to Funko Games. And Goliath Games is one of our not favorites because they distributed the Fireball Island game.
Oh.
So they take bigger games and produce them cheaper and put them out to big retail.
Yeah,
so
that's not good.
The quality of Funko Games could be dropping significantly. So we'll see what happens in the future with that. But we're not here for that. We're here for Kenny G's Keeping It Saxy. So let me hit you with some.
Give me a little bit of back of the box.
Use the power of jazz to win the day. Help Kenny G, the world-renowned saxophone superstar, keep his groove through a hectic day. Work together to overcome uncool events, detangle those luscious locks, and avoid rush hour traffic without missing a brassy beat. It's a soothing combo of strategy and cooperation.
He does have luscious locks.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much he made for this game.
If anything, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Well, you got to pay him for his likeness.
Yeah. So Kenny G is
if you've been in any elevator ever, it's Kenny G.
Yeah. So Yes. So Kenny G is just one of those, you know him, but you don't know him.
Yeah. You're
like he's the only
Kenny G.
jazz artist that you probably know.
Yeah. I mean, jazz is such a wide-ranging style of music, but he is the most popularized, and it's used as truly background music, which is unfortunate because jazz music itself is reduced. People reduce it to this, but jazz music is. I'm not gonna say it's like my bag, but it's huge and beautiful. But
yeah, there's talent behind it. But
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much. It's improvisational music. That's the big thing.
It's
but
background noise.
Yeah, we're not talking about jazz itself. But yeah, no,
I'm curious to play.
I am interested to a degree.
So
not what I expected.
Yeah, as I said, the Bob Ross game that came around the same time as this was also produced by Prospero Hall. Fantastic game. So I'm very curious to kind of play this game.
Give anything a shot that they make, for sure.
All right, so you ready to go play?
Yep. All right, see you in a saxy minute. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
We're back.
Welcome back.
We're back.
We kept it saxy.
Yeah, so give me your first impressions as a non-gamer. Well, actually, you're pretty much a gamer now, but as a person who, like, less of a gamer than I would say what's your initial...
My initial thought was at first, I was like, oh, cool, fun, very funny. The cards, the event cards are quite comical. But the end is incredibly lackluster.
Yeah.
As somebody, who tries to keep things saxy, nobody wants a saxy event to end kind of with a dull beat or a dull note. And it kind of does. And therefore, making the entire game itself very whatever and a great game for $5.
Yeah. I'm going to have to agree. Just initial, like, I don't know. I just
So
it was fine.
Yeah.
And that's if I paid more than what I paid, I would be annoyed. Which I think the MSRP probably was $20, like back in the day.
Pissed.
And $20, it's whatever. It's a very.
I would have been pissed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't. Is this even a party game? Like I don't know.
Well, it can play up to 5 players. Therefore, party game. We played the 1 or 2 rules, which the really only difference is the amount of event cards revealed in each turn. But like truly, like I was enjoying it, and then we got to the end. And then I was like, that's it?
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh. And we played again. And we won both times because we work as a team.
Mm-hmm.
But the end is like just bad. It's just a bad
It's
ending.
abrupt.
Yeah. It's
so,
just, it's bad. It's a bad game. Like, It's just like.
So let's kind of go through it.
Sorry, but.
With setup and play style. So. You set up where it's a tiny board. It has like 6 spaces. There's 2 spots for the morning, 2 spots for the afternoon, 2 spots for nighttime, and then there's
because he's like getting through the day.
Yeah, it's you trying
to through the day.
Trying to keep them hyped throughout the day. Above each section, there's like a stack of cards, which is the setup for the game is easy because the morning it's orange, yellow, midday's blue, and the night's purple. So how to set up is very easy. It's very quick setup. There's a stack of sax cards or like jazz cards, which are just pictures of saxophones, and then in the corner there's a color. There's either like yellow, blue, green, purple. There's a wild card, and then there's some event cards that you kind of have. So each player gets 4 of those to start the game. You draw the amount of bad things that kind of happen throughout the day according to where Kenny G is. So Kenny G is like a little wooden tracker, and he's in the first spot of the 6 spots on the board. So on the first spot it says draw 2 events. So you draw 2 of the events, and they're just like his locks are tangled, or he didn't set his alarm, or he woke up late. Like, that's where the game shines. Yeah,
so that's what I just kind of pulled a few here. Mm-hmm. There's no rhyme or reason to the event, because one that seems crazy could be you roll 3 dice, or one that seems stupid can be you roll 3 dice. Like, there's really no rhyme or reason. Like the punishment.
Yeah, so we didn't get there yet. But
there is, like, these are just some of the event cards, and I won't reveal, like, the whatever, but bed is still unmade. The Careless Whisper, phone didn't charge, Interstellar Invasion.
Yeah, that one.
Out of coffee drink. No sack streams last night. Didn't win the raffle prize. Forever Alone, no jazz in elevator. Forgot birthday gift. Like, there's just seaplane out of fuel, full gin bottle broke. Like, there's just
these are just
no rhyme or reason to
these are just bad things that's happening throughout his day.
And jazz will save it. That's just
sax
will save it.
You're trying to hype Kenny G up. So on each card, it'll have the symbols that are on the cards that you have in your hand. So it'll have like yellow, purple, black, purple,
and they all relate to some form of music, whether it's an aux chord, a sound note, or like beats going up and down, like stuff like that.
And on your turn, you have 3 actions that you can play in any order. You can play a sound card, which is one of your color cards. So you're trying to play a card to match
the symbol on
on his ungroovy event that's happening.
And you want to clear the event as a team before the end of your turn.
So that's the thing. It's a cooperative game. So it's on your turn. You can play a card, a regular sound card. You can play an ability card. Ability cards like Sax with Friends.
Yep.
Where it's like you draw 3 cards and then one person plays a card from their hand.
Yeah, the one was like draw 4 and then distribute the 4 cards evenly to your opponent or to your teammates.
Yeah, so it's just one of those. Sax with Friends, Master of Sax, then whatever. It's all puns.
Yeah.
Supposed to be sex, which is it's fine. Draw 2 cards or trade 1 card with another player, and you could do them however you want. If you want to just draw 2 cards 3 times, you could do that. If you want to play 3 cards, if you have the cards to match the event, you can do that. That's fine. And then that's it. And then it's the next player's turn or how many players you have, and they kind of go through the same thing. If you complete the card, great. After everyone goes, Kenny G moves up to the next space on the board. So you have 6 rounds basically to beat the game. Each spot he moves to draws a new card. So if you're not completing the cards, they stack up. And at the end of a round, once everyone goes, you roll the amount of dice that's on the card. So the one card that's in front of me is forgot birthday gift. And it has a big 2 on it. So you roll 2 die. You roll the die. It's not even like a real 6-sided die. It's like, was the max on 2? Like it's like so. 2 of the sides of 1, 2 of the sides of 2, and then 2 of the sides are blank. You roll those 2 die, and that's how many groovy tokens you're taking off the board that's on there. There's 16 groovy tokens at the beginning of the game. So it's a race to complete all these cards without having to roll the die to get rid of his groovy tokens. After the 6 rounds, that's it. Game over.
Yeah, you just have to make it to the end. You don't
make it to the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, like theoretically, there's 6 spots for the day: 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. Theoretically, if you get lucky, like you wouldn't even have to clear a card to win. I mean, like odds are you would probably lose.
Yeah, it's not even like it's luck.
It's luck based, card based, but that's it. Like even if you only have one groovy token left, that judges your performance. But like you still win. So you could have 1 or 2 left and still have 2 event cards out. Mm-hmm. But it's not even like you got to finish that even at the end of the day. You just have to get to the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean that this game stinks. Is because like sure it's like it's a good time, like it's fun, it's easy, it's light, it's a party game. You're sitting around talking with your friends, but then like from a game making perspective, it's just like writing a book and leaving the last chapter unfinished. It's just like dumb. Like it's just dumb.
It's abrupt. Yeah, it is just like because the first time we played, like he made it to the end of the evening, and you were like, "So what happens now? Like, does it start over? Does he wake up for a new day?" Yeah. And I said, "No, that's it. We won. Like we had groovy tokens. The first time we played, I think we lost like 3. That was it. Yeah. And even some of the events give you groove tokens back.
Yeah.
Like this, I think this game's incredibly too easy.
I think like at the end, all you have to do is like, okay, if you make it to the end with 1 event card out, then, draw another and you have, like there's like some ending mechanic where you can put a finite end on it and make it, it's either you win or you lose. Like you just to finish these 3 before you run a
or there should be like a final card of some kind, like he has a sax performance and you have to play almost like 5-minute Marvel, where it's like you have to play these cards quickly or like it does need something at the end, because even in the book it's just like you rate how your performance was according to token. So it's one of those like, which I guess you're trying to beat your high score,
I guess, but still it's like
it's abrupt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a pinball machine where there's no end. It's just like you said, beat your high score, but it's like, okay, like there's no challenge to it. It's not like each level's harder. Sure, it's a little bit difficult, but it's all luck based.
Yeah, all the evening cards just had more symbols. That's it. Like they're not any
more dice.
They don't seem any more punishing. Like nope. They don't seem any.
They're not more rewarding.
Yeah,
they're nothing. They're just. This game's not good.
Yeah, it's not great. It isn't. Like, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. It's a fine game, but I'll probably get rid of this and never play it again. I'll never think about this game again.
This is a game you expect to... Neither will I. This is a game you expect to find at Ollie's, at 5 and Below, as a gag Christmas gift. Yep. Something like that, where it's not... I'm not saying it's not playable. Like, we played twice. And we didn't have a bad time, but, like, the ending not being satisfying, like there's no finality to it. It's just like you said, abrupt. It's not, you don't win the game, you don't lose the game. It's just like
he had a good day.
Yeah, it's like it's like the amount of
did we?
Yeah, like the amount of groove tokens you have left determines the outcome of your day. But like it's just silly, and it's short. It's very short. It's
yeah,
not even like it's...
Which is good in a way. It doesn't overstay its
Sure.
welcome, but it is just kind of like, you literally were like, well, what now? And I was like, that's it. Like, it's just done. Like, it was like 5 minutes. Like, it wasn't even... It definitely needed...
Like, there should have been evening, afternoon, whatever, the 3 stages, and then a nightcap.
It needed...
One extra space that's a harder...
It needed, like, a concert.
Yeah.
And depending on how many tokens you have, is the card that you draw to beat the final...
Yeah,
like performance or something. It needed like an end boss.
All it needed is 3 things. Like, okay, if you have 1 to 5 tokens left, play this card. 10 to 15, whatever. Like,
yeah, and
agreed.
Just depending on how his concert went, and then you have to play the cards accordingly. Yeah, it just needed something. Other than that, like, it is what it is. I think the components are great. I think it's just a bunch of cards. No,
we're never negative because we like.
I think the components are fine for this game.
I'm not gonna. The components are good.
The game is great, but
it's a bad game. It's a bad game.
Look at this. Look at this Kenny G.
No,
look how fun it is.
But if that was freaking Shakespeare, we would be like, oh, we hate Shakespeare. And it's like it's Kenny G, so we're like, oh, it's funny. This is
it's funny.
A gimmick.
Like, it is gimmicky. But the gimmick will run out quick.
If that piece was Stanley Tucci's gimmicky. If that piece, who's the most boring actor out there, or famous musician besides Kenny G?
I don't know. But if it was anything, if it was just a saxophone,
yeah, if it was just a saxophone, you wouldn't care. But you're like, it's Kenny G. Look at this piece.
I guess
exactly.
Fairly, yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
But that's part of the gimmick of theming. That's why we love IP.
The theme's there.
The theme is there. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a bad game though. Doesn't mean it's not.
Yeah,
I like bad movies, but they're still fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, the game is great, but the components are good. Like, I like the cards. I like the theme of it.
Yeah, the card stock's good.
But it's like, and I think all the pictures, and you and I had fun. Skiddly bebop whooping.
We did. I mean, it truly is a repurposing of the Ted Lasso game to a degree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Ted Lasso has different sections.
Did they design that game?
Yeah, that's a Funko game.
Yeah. But is it Prospero Hall?
It might be.
Yeah.
And the cards are that. You have a deck of cards, and you have a deck of event cards that are this size. And then the piece, like the Ted Lasso and Coach Beard pieces are just a little different. But, I mean, it plays the same. It's based on circle colors.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing innovative here. But it is
no.
punny. And
there was thought put into the cards and stuff. Like, there was thought put into it.
It's just not a good game. But like I said, I'm not gonna.
If the end was better, I would be like, yeah, sure, fine. The end is just dumb. It's just dumb.
Fine. It'll never be fine. It'll never be more than fine. This game is whatever. If you're not this is good for non-gamers. Like, that's it. Yeah, like, I wouldn't even want to say gateway. I would introduce to people who like just don't care about games. And it's like, hey, check out this funny.
To me, this is an after dinner game. Where it's like you have your friends over, you
family. You don't want to introduce your friends. This is like your in-laws. Where it's like, hey, check out this funny.
Yeah, I guess.
Kenny G. Like, it says saxy and says sexy. Isn't that funny? And the joke wears off. But it's just, you and I had fun skidly bebop, and so that's.
I mean, you said I want to play. Do you want to play again? And I was like, sure, because we set it up. But I was
only because it was so quick.
Yeah.
If it was any longer, I would be like, no. But that's it. Like, Kenny G, Keepin It Saxy is just whatever.
Not to be like negative, but I just
be negative. You don't like it.
We get together a decent amount, but it's not often enough. And so when this shows up, and I know we're doing like an episode on it, so like whatever. But when this hits the table instead of something else that we've been looking forward to playing or enjoying playing, that's when I'm like I'm not like this is the worst game I've ever played, but that's my perspective where I'm like, I know that we've played much better games. I would play this over Machikoro, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Machikoro's a game, at least.
Machikoro was like just like grinding. I was like, let's just get it over with. At least this was quick. That's a good point. It's quick. You know what? I've turned my...
No, it's still not a great game.
No,
but
it's not.
It doesn't overstay its welcome. I'll give it that. It's a quick game. It's just...
young people could play this.
It's a punny game that you introduce to your family, not even friends. This is like your in-laws. And it's like, oh, kids, Keepin It Saxy. And it's just like, hey, make the little jokes. And then, like I said, you and I enjoyed when we would complete one of the cards.
Yeah, because
on each card it has like a sound. So we would just be like skooloo bop beep bop boo according to the card. Like this. Yeah, like 4 cards. Doop. Biddle, whoop whoop. Like we were just kind of doing that, and Audra and her friend were looking at us, but we were trying to have a good time of it. But yeah, overall, not a great game. It's out of my collection already.
It's overly fine.
Yep. Yeah, I paid $5, and that's how much it should have been.
If you can get it for that, sure. If this is something you're looking for, but if you're like, oh, I want to add to my like Audra and I, for example, have been struggling to find games that we both like because I like a lot of the games that we cover on here, and she tends to like more easier games. Games where it's less detailed, less themed. Like she loves the Harry Potter game.
Yeah.
She tolerates but doesn't really like Marvel United. And so, but we've been looking for games, but this isn't like one that
you're not taking this out of my hand.
No, exactly.
No, yeah.
I would not want this because it's like, sure, yeah, we could play, but then it's just like
the joke runs off,
and we're just playing something just to not watch a movie or something. Like we're just to sit at our table instead of you know what I mean. Like it's not something I would enjoy, and I don't think she would either.
Yeah, not
for
great.
more than once.
Just not great. The joke we played twice.
Joke wore off quick.
The joke wore off, and
even
that's kind of it.
Even the skeeting after a little bit, it was like
yeah.
The dice were fine. Components were good. Cardstock was good. Board was good.
Theme is there. Just not a good game.
Design was fun. Like everything that we love about Prospero Hall is there, but I just didn't like it.
Yeah. That's it. I think that's kind of it. That's all I got to say.
Hopefully the next one's better.
Yeah, no. It's just we can't win them all.
Nope.
Well, thanks for thanks for listening, I guess.
Yeah, you don't gotta buy it. You don't gotta buy it.
Yeah, if you could find it at a thrift store for like $1, I would buy it for $1 to try, but that's whatever. Well,
now play one of our other games.
Yeah, play Marvel United. Play,
for sure.
Villainous. Play any other Prospero Hall game. This might be the worst Prospero Hall game that we've covered anyway.
Was that Back to the Future game, Prospero Hall?
Yeah, but that was a good game, but it was hard.
Yeah, I would like to. Do you still have that?
Probably.
We should try that again.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. There we go. Let's go play a good Prospero.
All right. Remember to rate, like, and subscribe. Check out the Instagram. Check out our every time. Redbubble, TeePublic stores. We got some fun stuff up on there. There's always sales going on. And then if you haven't left a review, leave us one. It really helps. We're looking for our next one.
Just look for 50. We're at 49. Look for 50 on Apple iTunes or wherever you listen. Spotify does reviews.
Yeah, and if you played Kenny G, let us know. And
if
we were right or wrong, if we missed something, if we're missing if you, just like a good jazz song, if you miss the heart and soul of it, then you miss it completely. So if we did that, let us know.
Hey, that's it. There's people like jazz. And people that don't, that get it and don't. Maybe we just don't get it.
We just don't get jazz.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. And see you soon.
Love you.